Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Mark, otherwise known as Wingman 709 from this Xbox Life, also on Microsoft Xbox Live. This is episode 682, under new management, but not TXL. So that's good news. Unless you just don't care for yours truly. I don't know why you wouldn't, but hey, people are people, right? Anyways, let's dispel with the really stupid humor. But welcome to this Xbox Live episode 62 under new management. I am, of course, not affiliated with Microsoft or the Xbox in any way. This is just a show being done by a fan for fans of the Xbox. Views and opinions expressed in the show do not necessarily reflect those of Microsoft. So, start with a cough. Yay! Anyways, sharing on my screen, just showing our Facebook group. Just kind of a reminder to if you know we've got a lot of discussions going on in there. Thought I'd bring it up and point you. This is kind of the main place that this and the YouTube channel. The website's kind of like it doesn't get updated. I don't do anything with it. It's moved to a YouTube format. So, but anyways, you can always still go to the main website and send a voicemail there if you'd like. But you want to communicate with the community, please feel free to join the Facebook group. And we got discussions about the finals open beta going on. Armistice posted in there about him playing that. And we got Silo84 made a comment about it. And Everett's talking about the Microsoft improving the Xbox app for Windows handheld gaming PCs. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. So jump on into the discussion, say hi, introduce yourself, and get to know this awesome community. So we have a great community. So I thought I'd talk about what I've been playing this week. So the first, of course, is that's not even right. I got the wrong button. Gems of War, yay! My favorite. My Logitech G Cloud, wonderful. I haven't been coughing all morning. Now I'm going to start coughing as soon as I record. So my Logitech G Cloud, I use it daily, and it's like I go to bed, I'll crawl in bed, and I'll turn the thing on, and I play Gems of War on my Xbox through my G Cloud, and I do this like every day now. So I get a lot of Gems of War. I know you guys are tired of hearing about Gems of War. It's like it's been years, but this is probably my number one most played game. And then also I've got back into Deep Rock Galactic. So recently I bought the board game and I was playing that, and it really okay, I'm back into this. I'm excited. I had to get back into the video game, and I'm just having so much fun. Gosh, this is terrible. Should have had a glass of water here with me. But after a couple of years of not playing it, I'm back. It's season 4. It's been long enough that they didn't even have seasons when I last played. So they've got season content, and the game is just so much fun. I've now played all the characters. I thought the Driller was my favorite character in this game. And after I was going for an achievement of getting all 4 characters, their first promotion, which means getting to level 25 and then doing some missions and then get to be able to promote them to get their first promotion. And so I've played, like when I first started this game years ago, I played as the gunner. It's just like, that's what I'm going to do. I don't even remember playing as the gunner, but I ranked him up, promoted him up first. Then I went to the Driller and kind of fell in love with the Driller. He's been promoted a couple of times. He was my favorite. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go after this achievement to get everybody promoted once. So I played the Engineer, which Rob plays the Engineer. He likes the Engineer. I did not like the Engineer at all. I just hated the platforms. I love having an Engineer on the team because they put those platforms up, and then you can get to them and mine your resources and stuff. But my favorite, which is one I tried a long time ago and hated, is the Scout. I have gotten, like, being forced to play it, I have found that the Scout is probably the best character in the game. Second to the Driller, okay? Or the second best being the Driller. But in my opinion. But I love the Scout being able to, especially if you got an engineer that can throw a platform, you can just zip line, or not zip line, but um, grapple right up above it and just shoop, and you fly up there and then you land on the platform and you can grapple back down and you can maneuver very quickly um, throughout the environment and through the caves and the planet itself. So it's an excellent way to get through the caves, especially when you're trying to extract. I always like the driller because, and that was probably my most favorite part of the driller was when you were completing your mission and you were trying to get to the pod to get to the drop pod. It never dropped by where you were. So you were either like going all the way back to the start or going all the way back down to the bottom of the area you were drilling. You were always backtracking, and of course fighting enemies and getting lost and like. So with the driller, it'd be like if I had enough fuel, I could just kind of, depending on the layout of the caverns, almost just drill my way straight to it. And a lot of times that worked. But you sometimes didn't have enough fuel, or you were so far away, you'd be drilling, all of a sudden run into a big cavern and fall. And so now with the Scout, you can like put these flares up. So instead of tossing these little flares, which you still have, everyone has, you can light up these like little flares. The Scout has this thing like he shoots it into the ceiling or the floor or wherever, but it lights up a much larger area, like the whole cave area, and it'll stay a little lit longer. And then you can also grapple around. So it's just like I found it to be a more enjoyable character to play, and so I'm back on playing with the Scout, and now going to work to get him up to his second promotion. Love the game, absolutely love this game. If you are still playing or want to play, hit me up. I'll probably actually be on later today, playing it again. That's my plan. So hit me up. I'll help you get your assignments done and just kind of run around and have fun in the game. I also gave Gotham Knights a try. This one's in Game Pass, and so my son has been playing this. He really enjoys it, and I was watching him play the other day as Red Hood, and I was like, he was doing some combat and maneuver around, and I'm like, ooh, this looks really good. So I started up a game, and I'm kind of playing through. I've played as Red Hood. I was playing as Red Hood as well because I like that he's got the guns. But then he jumped in, and we were co-oping, so I switched over to Batgirl, and it's some pretty fun gameplay, especially together. You go in and fight groups of baddies together, but yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. It's a pretty good game. Probably playing some of this later today with him as well, and he really enjoyed playing this co-op. He had fun doing that. So that's kind of what I've been playing. Just basically those three. I need to get back to Starfield. I did play some Forza Horizon. I'm sorry, Forza. I have played some of that, but I got to on the campaign where you're at Nürburgring, so it's still I haven't gotten that far in it. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so sorry about the cough. I haven't gotten very far into the game, but I'm now at Nürburgring, and that's a long track, and I've always enjoyed it. And I don't remember in previous Forza games if they required you to do a practice run, but it's like that's a long track, so I got to run the whole track in a practice and then race it, and it's just like I don't want to sit down and like dedicate the next hour to running this one track. So I haven't gone back to play it. I wish you didn't have to do the practice, but I guess you do get power, or you get to level up your car and all that type of stuff. But still, it's like I just wish I didn't have to do the practices. And I'm pretty sure they're required. But anyways, enough on that. I have played it. I just I'm having so much fun in some of this other stuff that that's where I'm at. And I think it's next week. Dead Island 2's DLC comes out. Oh, can't wait. I'm going to be all over that. I love Dead Island 2. That game is great. All right. So anyways, please like and subscribe on the video here if you enjoy it. Yeah, if you want to send an email, you can always email me at contact@thisxboxlife.com, and I will put your questions or answer your questions in the show. All right, so let's move on. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Xbox Partner Preview. All right, so this, they dropped this like a couple of days before they did the actual preview. Microsoft had announced that, hey, we're going to do this preview program. We're going to do this 30-minute show and talk about various things. And all right, let me actually go through. I'll scroll through this article here. But they had, I think they announced it like on a Monday, and then it was like, or maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, and then it was like out like that Wednesday. It came out, and so we're going to go through a couple of things that they showed. So the first was Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. This game looks really, really good. Now, I myself haven't played the Metal Gear series. I think I played one way back in the day, maybe on a PS2 or something. I remember sneaking around, hiding in a box somewhere. It was friend's console or something I was trying, but never really played the game. Don't know much about the series. I just know it's extremely popular. And I will say, when this game was shown, now this had in-engine on Unreal 5. They actually showed this off. This looked fantastic. I was very impressed with how this game looked. Now, and I'm sure it will play great. This is a long-running series, a very popular series. This might be something I might jump into. It just looked so fantastic that I was really impressed. So I look forward to seeing more of this game and what the gameplay is going to be like and everything, but it just really was pretty amazing. We also got to see Alan Wake 2 gameplay, and this, of course, looked phenomenal. I'm not a fan of Alan Wake. I've played like the first one, and then I played the American Nightmares one, and they're just not for me. And this one looks more of like almost like a horror game. I mean, this thing looks scary, looks amazing. It's just mind blowing how good this game looks. But I'm a little baby. I get scared. I'm afraid to watch it. So I think I'm gonna pass on this one and just let everyone else enjoy it. And have a good time with that and enjoy. But if you liked first Alan Wake, the Alan Wake series, Alan Wake 2, you're gonna want to get that one. We also got Ark Survival Ascended, which is kind of showing off with some gameplay footage. And I know there's a lot of people that were excited about this. Again, this is an Unreal Engine 5 game. It also looked cool with the dinosaurs battling, and just the game looks really good. Haven't played Ark. Not sure exactly what it's all about other than battling dinosaurs, right? But I know a lot of people. It has a large following, and there was a lot of high buzz around that too. I don't even know what to say about this one. So when I was on our Facebook group, I was watching this presentation and kind of just posting some thoughts while it was happening on our Facebook group. And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth was shown, and I remember saying this must be Microsoft's version of Baby Steps, because that was a horrible looking game. Like, just Baby Steps looked so stupid, and it was just like, this is what Sony's in their last showcase, this is what they opened with, and this is what Xbox opened with. Now I know Like a Dragon is a huge game, but this just looked so stupid, and maybe that's what the franchise is. It's a Japanese game. It's not my type of game, and I was just like, what is this? But hey, not every game can be for everybody. So, and again, here's another one I know is a huge fan favorite. So I think people are going to absolutely be looking forward to this. And let's see, there's this game's supposed to be coming out on Xbox Series XS and Windows in January 26th. So not too far away. But man, what a weird looking game. All right. Now, one I remember I said I don't like horror games, but this is one I probably still wakes the deep. Is one that I might have to jump in. It gives me like what is that? Dead Space vibes. In Dead Space, I loved. Um, but this one doesn't look to be like a shooter. But this is still wakes the deep. Revealed some gameplay footage of this narrative horror game, and we got to see this person going through this oil rig, hearing a lot of crazy sounds and just kind of creepy stuff. And it did it. I was watching this, and man, my heart was pounding just sitting there watching it, and it was kind of creeping me out. But it made me think of like, remember playing Dead Space, like not wanting to go down a hallway because of something that a shadow or a sound, and it was just like, I don't want to go down there. I remember that, and this kind of reminds me of that. And it's like, in a way, I want to play this, but in a way, I don't, because I don't like horror. I don't like horror games. But this one looks really pretty cool. So we'll see. Manor Lords, they showed this is coming to PC Game Pass. It will be coming now. This is coming in April on PC Game Pass. I do believe this is also coming to consoles sometime later on. But this one looked like, I'm trying to remember. I think the game was Chivalry. Um, a friend of mine, I was playing a game like that recently, but it looks like you're going to establish your own medieval town and then assemble your townsfolk to defend your homestead or conquer your neighbor. And so you're got these armies and stuff, and you're building towns and stuff. And it just looked very in-depth game with a lot going on. Then we had Akaro, uh, Ikaro Will Not Die. They showed a trailer to that. Um, it's lightning paced action adventure with roguelite elements set in a futuristic neon facility. So it's an indie game. They'll have more information coming soon, but they did show a teaser for that. Spirit of the North 2. So the sequel is finally coming. Infuse Studios gave a first look at this game. And I guess there's a lot of people that really enjoyed the first game, looking forward to the second one. I've been asking about it, so it's now coming, and just says it's gonna be arriving soon. So we don't have a date. Then we got I'll buy that for $1. Return to Old Detroit in RoboCop Rogue City, and I'm a child from. I mean, I was born in the '70s, so my childhood really is the '80s. I love the '80s for music and movies and all the action. And RoboCop was, I want to watch it now. I was like, I need to sit and watch that movie this weekend. If I watch it again, it's probably going to be like, oh, this is so terrible. This is horrible. But it was '80s action, and it was over the top, and it was crazy, and it was so good. It was like it was a success. RoboCop was awesome. Can't say much for the sequels, but the original was fantastic, and the video game just looks like a lot of fun. And they've um, uh, ED209 is in the game, so they showed that off, and I believe they got Peter Weller to actually voice again RoboCop. So we got the actor doing the voice, which is great. Um, if you haven't seen the movie, do yourself a favor and go back and watch the original RoboCop. Now there was a remake, which I saw not too long ago, but you got to watch the original '80s one with Peter Weller. That classic. So, and then we got to see Dungeons of Hinterberg. They showed off some gameplay, an example of what daily life is like for Louisa, who I guess is who you're playing, what challenges she might face on her adventures, and who she might meet. So it's a yeah, it's coming to Game Pass in 2024 again. Um, kind of a cel shaded game art style. So okay, then coming again. So the closed beta for the finals is this weekend. That started. Now this game looked really good, but again, it's not going to be for me because it was too fast, too much going on, and I'm getting old. I'm getting slow. I can't keep up with the kids. But this game reminded me of like Rainbow Six Siege meets Battlefield meets Call of Duty meets Fortnite meets. It just seemed like and Overwatch. Like there was all these things as I was watching this. It was like it reminded me of so many different games. It's like they just kind of took all these things and kind of meshed them together to this crazy action-packed, team-based competitive shooter. So the open beta is, I'm sorry, the closed beta is going on right now on Xbox this weekend. So if you got in, let us know. And again, our Facebook group, we got people already talking about it and enjoying it. So that is that story. So I'm curious what you guys thought of the program, the preview. Again, it was we weren't expecting another show, and then they dropped a good 30-minute show on us, and it was just nothing but games. So even though this, I didn't think like I walked away like there was nothing really super exciting. But again, it's not. This is not an E3. This was something that was just like, hey, here's some partner games coming out. People, third party stuff that you may not have known about. And I'm sorry, a surprise show is always it's still a good show, right? So I'm not going to complain about it. There was still some neat stuff in there. There were some games that looked absolutely amazing, and it gets me excited for the future of what Xbox is going to bring to us and what we have available to us in the future. So um, I was happy with the show. And what's interesting too is now that ABK is done and Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard King, you've seen like they are kind of on a marketing blitz, and then they dropped this thing. And um, another thing I'll talk about in a minute is BlizzCon, but BlizzCon is now a Microsoft show, and we're gonna have we're gonna get that. So I think we're gonna see a lot more of these types of shows each year now, and we're gonna just get more of this type of stuff. And I like this, and it was nice to see. It was quick. It was to the point. It didn't have all the speaking fluff. It was just here's what's coming, here's what you want to see, and they got right to it. So I do like the developer deep dives in those, like they did for Starfield. That was fantastic. But that I think I would love to see on again, maybe for what's that next game that's coming up? Like I want to see that when Fable come prior to Fable releasing. I would love to see that for Joanna Dark. I would like to see that for man. I can't think of the name of the game. The It's by Obsidian. It's the like the magic wielding one that's coming out that everyone's talking Avowed. Um, those big AAA first party games, I think, would be great to do those type of deep dives. And then this is great because it shows third party games, and it's just giving us here's what they look like, here's gameplay, here's and it's just getting to the games without all the like with a lot of times at E3 you get this scripted people talking throughout the game. Hey, let's go check out this. That's a great idea, Bob. Oh no, there's an enemy. What should I do? That stuff is so corny and it's just like no, just give us some good gameplay. Um, and that's what we got here. I enjoy that a lot better than someone playing it live and showing it with all that commentary. It's not as good. So, all right, we'll probably see more of that. All right, next is, I wanted to talk about, and I don't have my tab for it. Um, Prices on consoles going up. I did not pull that one up. Um, Brazil's right. They're raising the prices of the Xbox Series S in Brazil, and the thought came to my mind about this was, um, I don't think it's going to be on this page, but when have you ever had a time when we've ever had a time where early adopters got the cheapest prices? Because the consoles, all these consoles now cost more than they did when they were released, what, 3 years ago? Like, that's insane. Usually the early adopters always paid the high prices. And now we're finding that they got the cheapest prices because you come in 3 years later, you're paying more money for the console than what those that did the early adoption got it for. It's crazy. It's just when and where has that ever happened before? I don't think I can't recall it ever happening. Um, but kudos to all the early adopters, right? We got in and saved ourselves some money, and had 3 years on the box. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So, anyways, I was talking about BlizzCon. So BlizzCon is kicking off next week, and Jez Corden from Windows Central was talking on his show, the Xbox Two, with Randall Thor. They were talking about BlizzCon, and Jez said he made a comment that Xbox gamers will probably want to watch the keynote speech. And then Randall was like, "Well, what about PlayStation gamers?" And he's like, "They're not going to want to watch it." He wouldn't give away anything other than that, but the basically something's going to be announced that he is aware of that Xbox gamers are going to be very happy about. And so the opening ceremonies for BlizzCon is going to be 11 a.m. Pacific time on November 3rd, which is, what day is that? Where'd my calendar go? Um, so November 3rd is next Friday. So this coming Friday. Today is Saturday the 28th of October. So Friday, November 3rd, 11 a.m. Pacific time is the opening ceremonies. And so again, Jez Corden's recommending watch that. Xbox gamers, don't miss out. You're going to want to see that. Also on that day, that they're having a WoW What's Next at 1:30 p.m. And then at 2:30, there's an Overwatch 2 deep dive. At 3:30, it's a WoW Classic What's Next. And at 4:30, it's Hearthstone What's Next. And at 5:30, Warcraft Rumblings. And then on November 4th, which is a week from today, at 12 p.m., it's a WoW deep dive. 1:30 is Overwatch 2 What's Next. 2:30 p.m. is Diablo 4 Campfire Chat. 4:45 p.m. is Community Night, and 6:15 p.m. is Lay Seraphim Appearance. So these you can watch on Blizzard's YouTubes and Twitch channels to catch all of these, but that's their broadcast special coming up. So again, I'm going to try to tune in 11 a.m. Next Friday to watch that opening ceremonies to see what's happening, what's happening with Xbox, what's the Xbox news. So, but again, BlizzCon is now an Xbox Microsoft show. So there's another show that as Xbox gamers we will probably be get some snippets of things, and there might be, this is first party now. So pretty cool. All right. And then probably the big news this week is wasn't a shakeup. So now PlayStation's been firing people left and right, and Microsoft is promoting a bunch of people. And Satya Nadella had stated this past week that they're doubling down on gaming. Microsoft is going all in. And it's been interesting since ABK closed. We have now started to see a lot of things coming up. Microsoft is marketing now. If you saw the Las Vegas Sphere, there was a promotion they did, and if you haven't seen that video, you know what? I'm going to I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna try to pull that up here. But I want you to see this thing because at one point, man, that thing looked like. Let me pull this up. I'm trying to search and think at the same time. That doesn't usually. So I want to find the official one. Here we go. Oops. I need to mute. Okay. So let me pull this over here. Come on, drop it in. Okay, so let me see if I can make that full screen for you. So I'm just going to let this play, but there's one part of this where it looks like one of the arms actually reaches out of the thing. I was like, whoa, how did they do that? And again, I would recommend if you're seeing this for the first time on my stream, go find you know, because I'm taking a stream, but pushing it out through mine, which is probably not as high a quality. It probably won't look as good on my stream, but check out the official Xbox stream. It looks amazing, but it actually looked very 3D, and I'm like, wow, this looks cool. But they showed, yeah, as you're watching this, we're seeing there's Hellblade 2, Senua Saga, and like right there, that dude's art looks like it's coming out of the screen. I was like, whoa, how did they do that? But this is like a real cool campaign ad that they did. And if you're not familiar with the Sphere that's a big, gigantic building that inside it's like a concert venue. But the whole outside of the building is like these LEDs, and they do all kinds of different things all the time. Like I've seen big giant eyeballs and smileys, and so you can actually on YouTube go and like look there. It looks like the controllers are floating out of the building into space. It's so cool. But you can watch like I've watched the Vegas Sphere videos of just all kinds of different things that they do on this building. It's incredible. But to see Xbox getting this advertisement basically, um, I'm just going to play that again on this building is pretty cool. So, anyways, while that plays, I wanted to go back to the leadership changes. So, there's been some changes. So, Phil Spencer is the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. And actually, let me read the article. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the structure here. So, Matt Booty is now president of game content and studios. Sarah Bond has been promoted to president of Xbox. Dave McCarthy is chief marketing officer, Microsoft Gaming. Um, Bobby Kotick is still on the list, but we know he's leaving in January. But he is currently CEO of Activision Blizzard. But again, that's going to change. But they listed out this kind of the org structure. But the big thing was that Sarah Bond and Matt Booty are both taking some big roles and probably taking on and alleviating some of the work from Phil Spencer, so he can have a little bit more time to focus and just kind of guide the ship as he has been doing so greatly for so long. And he's got just some great people, just a great team there beneath him working to continue to advance the Xbox, and that's great for all of us. I love what they're doing. I say keep it up, keep it going. Um, we want to keep seeing this more and more. So congrats to all those that got promoted. I think Sarah Bond's going to be great leader as president of Xbox, and I'm so glad Phil is still at the helm. But I think he's got the people, and I think he's really doing a fantastic job. So that when we do see Phil retire, that the Xbox brand is going to be in great hands. So congratulations. Very, very happy to see promotions and advancements of the people in the Xbox side of the house. And yeah, great job. All right. I think that's about it for me today. So I just want to thank you for watching. If you do enjoy it, please share the video with your friends. Let them know about it. And again, thanks to Learned Your Lesson for the music. And as we watch the Vegas Sphere here again, one last time. Again, this is all real. This is not. That's a real building. I mean, you're that's. This is a video from like one of the hotels across the street. That's the live traffic, and yeah, check out the Vegas Sphere on YouTube. You'll see all kinds of different things, and it's incredible what this building looks like and what they do on there. There's some cool stuff they put on that building. It's impressive the technology that's on that building. All right, all right. Well, that's it. I am Mark, aka Wingman 709. I am taking off, and hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.